Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Texas Rangers franchise here on MLB The Show 21. We fell off a little bit as of late. We are 47 and 57 right now. We just traded away our best player, so we are embracing that rebuild. But that being said, a couple of the big league prospects that we, do have in our farm system, we are going to get a look at them at the major league level. For example, since we do have an injury to Tolino DeShields Jr., who looks like he'll still be out for a little while here yet, we're actually going to go ahead and call up Yousef Nunez to see how he can go ahead and handle the big league level. Might get some good playing time. So I'll have to do some player walk on him to see how he does in his MLB debut. Julio Pablo Martinez, who spent a lot of time at the AAA level as well. Very good speed guy. He also got a call up as well due to injuries. Like to have a couple of major league infielders available onto the squad, so he'll go ahead and make a debut as well. Adios Garcia, though, he's pretty close to making his jump to the major league level as well. He's a 69 overall. He hasn't really cracked the big league level just yet, but I think he's really close in doing so permanently. Billy Ray, on the other hand, pretty close to making that AAA squad here. So yeah, man, we're excited to see what both of those guys can do as we try to work through the month of August to get ourselves ready for the September call-ups that are supposed to happen next month. So we simulated one game just because we want to make sure that Nunez was definitely going to be in that lineup for sure. And sure enough, we get to this game against the Los Angeles Angels. Yousef Nunez, he'll make his MLB debut. From that starting lineup, he'll get his first major league at bats of that game. So we're really excited, for that opportunity, and we'll see what we can do. So there it is, Yousef Nunez, one of our custom recruits in this series, making his MLB debut. And his batting stats may not be very impressive. Only was batting .214, 24 runs, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs during his time at the AAA level this season, but he's got some exciting speed and also has a pretty darn good glove here as well. So I'm excited to see what Yousef Nunez can do up here at the major league level. It's going to be a really good one here as we go to his very first MLB at bat. The pitch is away and he takes the ball on the inside, able to get it to a 1-1 count for the time being. Let's see if Nunez can go ahead and turn one, and he might be able to. That thing is back. Is he going to hit a home run? Is it going out? No. Oh my goodness, but that was almost out of here. If he had a little bit more power, that ball was going to be gone. What a great way to get a memorable first MLB hit. Almost able to take one out of here. As now we go ahead. Now we got 2 outs here in the second inning. Nunez is on base here. Let's see what he can do here, but as we get picked off, we do. Albert Pujols gets us here, man. And we got Nunez is a pretty young guy. He looks pretty promising, that's for sure. Has a potential, if I'm not mistaken, but got picked out there. That's not a good look whatsoever. As we'll go to Nunez's second at bat here in the 5th inning. We got a runner on first base now. Let's see if we can move him along here as we take another ball on the outside. Currently sitting with a 2-1 count, as Nunez is waiting for that 2-1 pitch and is able to get it into the outfield, but it's broken out. He was able to dive up on it. You hate to see it. Good contact, though, by Nunez. So Nunez could easily have been 2 for 2, but 1 for 2 performance so far, with a, nice, single that almost went out of the ballpark. That's really good to see, nice MLB debut that this kid is having so far. And another thing that I like about this kid, he's got a nice glove out there in center field as well. He can get to stuff really easily. After Delano DeShields Jr., his prime is past,
he could be our guy out there at center field, at the major league level. He could be our future guy when it's all said and done. But for now, 1-2 count though, able to get one right up the middle. A diving grab, but he's able to beat it out because he's got that elite speed, though. That's despite the fact that it was, caught by the shortstop, right in the middle of the second base bag. So, nice job being able to go ahead and run that out. But that being said, though, 2-0 here still, as now we get to see the arm of Nunez. He's got a decent little arm, that's for sure. Able to get it into the cutoff man. Can they beat him home? No. The Angels do finally get a run on the board, though. But that being said, though, Nunez, not only playing really well in his MLB debut, he also helped the team win, man, going 2 for 3 and then beating, the Los Angeles Angels 2-1.
So we're checking up down at the AAA level to see how we are doing as of right now. And we actually got a couple of custom recruits that I think are almost ready to make that jump to the big league level. Terrain Patton Jr., who is going to go ahead and start in today's game, playing up against, ironically the same team that we played in the last AAA checkup. Then also Cortland James as well. He's batting pretty solid, 269, doesn't have a lot of home runs or ribbies, but is good for some extra base hits, has 21 total extra base hits, and then also, has stolen quite a few bases as well, which I do really like to see at the end of the day. Good fielding, all that good stuff, and a guy that has elite speed, he's really coming around. Only has a C potential, but with the way that he really has been playing this season, I think he can be up to a B potential, potentially. So, with that being said, we'll now check the field to see how, Cortland James and Terrain Patton do.
So here we are down here at the AAA level, as we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at Cortland James. He's our starting second baseman down here at the AAA level. Round Rock playing up against the Sugarland Skeeters. As we get a nice little grounder, we'll see if Cortland James can go ahead and try to turn the double play. Or at least he was thinking about it. I don't think he realized that there was 2 outs, but it's nice to see, him kind of thinking about that kind of stuff. Probably would have been easier to go for first base, though, but, again, something that I'm excited about him as well. He has elite speed. If he can get on base, it's barbecue chicken. He can steal a ton of bases potentially. But the one thing that we do need to work on with him, he is not a road warrior. He's batting .306 at home, but whenever he's on the road here, he's only batting .228. Now, thankfully, they are here at home for this one against the Sugarland Skeeters. Let's see what Cortland James can do here as he swings at a bad pitch. Got him chasing on the outside. You hate to see it. And Cortland James's first pitch is going to be a strikeout. But let's see if he can recover, though. He's up to bat once again here in the bottom of the second inning. He misses on a slider, up in the zone. So now dealing with an 0-2 count here. Cortland James trying to play some solid defense, but he strikes out once again. That's strikeout number 2 for Cortland James. So not a good start here for the young second baseman, but, gotta believe that he'll be able to come through and get the job done eventually. As now we got, man on first and second here now. Let's see if Cortland James can drive these guys in at the very least. As the pitch is away, he's able to crush that one out to left field. That might be able to bring a run home. Throw to the plate is no good. That is safe. So Cortland James, gets a single, his first hit of the day, and is also able to get an RBI here in the process. So Cortland James doing a good job of moving the runner overall. Not a bad look whatsoever. As we now have his 4th at bat here. See if Cortland James can get himself a multi-hit day. And the crazy thing about baseball, if you're hitting a third of, your at-bats, that is really successful. This is a game of failure. So if Cortland James can get a multi-base hit game, that would be really nice to see here going forward. But it looks like that's not going to happen. Tried to run it out, but it was on the first base side, so not much that he could do there. But that being said, he's going to have a 5th at bat here. Round Rock actually destroying the Sugarland Skeeters right now. They're up 8-1 in this game. Let's see if Cortland James can potentially go ahead and extend that lead even further, as we do have a full count here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As now the pitch is now coming from Adios Garcia, but is not getting him to chase this time around. He's going to draw the walk, and that's going to move a man onto first and second base here. So for the second time today, Cortland James does get on base against these Sugarland Skeeters. We'll see if he can get home, though, as we got, bases loaded, 1 out. Now Cortland, he's going to try to go home. A little bit of confusion, though. He doesn't know what to do. He's going for it, risking it for the biscuit, and that confusion really costing him, though. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I mean, and that's a mix of me, still trying to learn the game. But we still end up winning. Cortland James should have definitely had a run here, but we done goofed on our end. But hey, we got the win, and that's all that matters. We are still very excited to see how we can grow as an organization, as individual skill set as well, man. You love to see it.
So while we have been doing some more simulating, Jason Martin actually suffers a torn hamstring. So he's going to be out. He was one of our better prospects that we had, That's a tough one that we'll have to deal with, going forward. As we're trying to get through, the rest of this month, and we're 58-71, so we're not terrible, by any stretch of the imagination, but we definitely have fallen off since we were 40-40. It hasn't been a good look for us. We're now 4th place in the ALS, and we're setting 24 games back, so needless to say, we're not gonna come back anytime soon. We are getting really close to September call-up, so there's one more person that I do want to go ahead and look at before we end this episode, and it's on this AA roster. Want to check out, since we didn't really get a good look at him in our full AA game, I want to see what Gary Buckingsworth has. He's now up to a 63 overall. The Texas product, he's been batting okay. 237, 9 stolen bases, 1 home run and 23 ribbies. But that's, not necessarily his bread and butter. He's a good defensive player. Has very good speed, 75 speed, 34 stealing. So I do think before I go ahead and end this episode that, I want to go ahead and, give this guy the opportunity, see what Gary Buckingsworth can do in his AA game.
So with that being said, it is time to take a look at the AA level now. Gary Buckingham, out here playing shortstop for these guys. Looks like there is a runner on first base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. He's going to get a grounder down to the first base side and going for that out at second base as well. We still get him. We aren't even, afraid of it, man. Again, should have probably thrown to that first base side, but we still get the force out at the very least. So, no harm, no foul whatsoever. Now, Gary Buckingsworth, another custom recruit. You can't tell with the YT because of the fact that his last name was so long, I couldn't fit the YT at the end. But the reason why he's down here is because he hasn't been hitting that great, but he does get a nice base hit down the right field line. So that's a nice bonus. If Gary Buckingsworth can hit, he could be a very nice MLB player because he has the glove. That's MLB ready. It's just, can we get that bat to go as we try to steal second? But we do. Gary ain't even that fast like that, but he's just so smart when it comes to his stealing. He's able to steal second base and get that 10th stolen base of the season. But let's see if he can get home, though. Down 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Let's see if Steve Jefferson can bring us home as we try to go round at third base. Are we going home? We gonna make it home? Yes, sir! Going to go ahead, tying the ball game up against the Mud Hens, as we're going to be able to strut off the field and get our first run. Shout out to Steve Jefferson, getting that RBI triple. As we'll now go to Gary Buckingsworth's next at bat. And we're down 6-2, man, so not looking too great. But that being said, we do have runners on the corners. Let's see if we can bring them home, as we almost was able to get a nice hit on that ball. We were just a little early So that becomes a foul ball. So now the 0-1 pitch after that foul tip. We get a nice hit away from the second baseman. And we're going to get a single, and that does bring in another run. So Gary's 2 for 2, man. He's looking pretty good here down at the AA level. As we now got a 6-free ball game here, trying to, go 3 for 3. Let's see if we can get it done. Do have a runner on first base here in the top of the 6th inning, as they almost got our runner at first base, but, he was too quick. He was ready for it. Is now 1-1 count coming here. See if Gary Buckingsworth can get that free day as we get it down the third base line, but the third baseman able to catch up to it. We ground into a fielder's choice, so Gary's going to go 2 for 3 in this game, it seems like, unless there is one more at bat coming for the kid. Let's see what ends up happening. But, for the time being, going back into the bottom of the 8th inning, and that lead is just growing for the Rockhounds. We're now down 7-3 in this ball game. We're trying to go ahead and get some work done here, get some good glove action as Gary gets his hands on the ball and is able to throw the runner out from the shortstop's position. As now we go ahead now get to the end of the 8th inning. As now we go ahead now, let's see if we can get a little bit of a rally going. We definitely need one to happen if we have any chance of coming back into this one. 3 for 4 sounds really nice. Let's see if he can get it done though. As we are facing James Rhodey on the mound, he's going to try and go ahead and close things out for the Rockhounds. As we swing at a pitch, down in the zone, but we ground out to second base. And that's how this thing is going to turn out, man. We, can't get it done, and we're going to lose to the Rockhounds here in the process. We're going to lose by a final score of 7-3, unfortunately. We could not come back, and help this team win here on the road. But Gary's Buckingsworth had a really good performance, and I'm really excited to see that going forward.
Alright guys, so that is going to go ahead and end today's episode. Next time out, what I am going to have to try and figure out what I want to do is, we got September call-ups coming up here really soon. Figure out who's going to be a part of that 40-man roster for the final month of the season. It's going to be a really good one as we end our first season with the Texas Rangers. And if you're enjoying the content, by the way, make sure you smash that like button. And on top of it, make sure, if you're brand new to the channel as well and you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button as well. It really helps a brother out. And until then, I'll see you guys next time and I hope you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.